What's up, Fun Finders? I'm Shomar, and thanks for tuning in to Shomar Finds Fun. Today, I'm giving you 10 must-haves or must-dos for Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights event. If you plan to go to this event, these are 10 things that you must have or must do to have a successful Halloween Horror Nights trip. Stay tuned. Let's hit it. Now, I know there are tons of videos out there in YouTube land telling you about the event, all of the incredible haunted houses and all the things that Halloween Horror Nights has to offer. But in this video today, I want to let you know the 10 things that will make your trip as enjoyable as possible. Now, I have been to this event at least 10 times in my life. I think that is enough to certify me as an expert on this issue. So, these are things that I picked up on my journey to Halloween Horror Nights all these years as such a fan, and I want to share them with you. Number 1 on my list, you must properly pack your Halloween Horror Nights backpack. Now, as you see, this is a light bag. It's not heavy, has a little drawstring or the pull string, whatever you want to call it. I can easily slip it on my back or slip it off quickly. And inside this bag, I have things that are necessities for Halloween Horror Nights. Now, are you wondering what those things are in this bag? Let's take a look and see. So, in here, first thing I have, a visor. Okay, you guys, so the Florida heat is so hot, the sun is gonna beam down on your head. You want to make sure you have some type of hat, some type of visor, something that you can place on your head to help you beat the heat in that Florida weather. I'm telling you, it will make all the difference, okay? Without one of these, you will be miserable in that sun. It doesn't have to be like this, but you need some type of cap, some type of hat to keep that sun right off of your face so that you can stand the test of time at this Halloween Horror Nights event. Now, let's see what else is in this bag. Okay, so the second item I have in this bag, I have a fanny pack here. Universal was selling these the last time we were there, and we thought they were so cute we just could not pass them up. But fanny packs are great for this type of event. Okay, you can keep your things in a fanny pack. Many of the rides will also allow you to wear this while you're on the ride so you don't have to take it off and leave it in the locker, which is also a plus because sometimes going to the locker can be a headache, okay? But a fanny pack is always in order. Get you one of these and you can't go wrong. Let's see what else is in this bag. You definitely want to make sure you have a battery pack and a charger for your cell phone. Now, during these events, oftentimes we take a lot of pictures, a lot of videos, we have our phones out, and that battery does run down. But if you have one of these and you have it fully charged, it will help you keep that battery life alive the entire event on your cell phone, so you don't have to worry about losing service or trying to find somewhere to plug it in and then you have to wait on it to charge. You can charge it while it's in the bag, you can charge it while it's in the locker while you ride a ride. It just works out perfectly. So make sure you have a battery pack and a phone charger. Let's see what else is in the bag. Earbuds. Okay, so if you have noise sensitivity, let me tell you now, the haunted houses are so loud. They are extremely loud. And if your ears bother you, loud noises bother you, you need some earplugs. And I'm not even playing with you. You need earplugs in your ears because the houses are loud. It's so loud. Even when you're walking through the park, the scare zones are loud, the people are loud. So to keep yourself out of that agony, get you some earplugs if it bothers you. Now, me personally, I don't use them because the noise does not bother me, but I have seen several people with them, and I can understand how that can affect your mood and your enjoyment of the event because it is a very loud event, all right? Last but not least in this bag, I have some Tylenol, okay? I mentioned this earlier. You wanna make sure you have some Tylenol in your bag for if you get a headache on the roller coasters, anything can happen. Make sure you have some medicine in your bag so that you don't have to leave the park because you don't feel good. Now, If you get motion sickness, if the rides tend to make you queasy or uneasy in the stomach area, you know what I mean, you might want to get some Dramamine, okay? Those pills will keep you from getting nauseated and queasy while you're at the amusement park, allowing you to further enjoy your experience. So make sure you get those things and put them in your Halloween Horror Nights backpack so that you can have the best experience. My number 2 must-have for the Halloween Horror Nights event is the Scream Early Ticket. Okay, this is something that you must have in my opinion. Now these are only my opinions, but I'm saying in my opinion, you must have this Scream Early Pass. Now let me explain what the Scream Early is. So the Scream Early Ticket or Pass, whatever you want to call it, allows you into the park hours earlier before everyone else. You can get into the park as early as 3 p.m. between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. okay? Because at 5 p.m. the park operations will end, people will begin to exit the park, and you will be safe and sound in the Stay and Scream holding area, waiting for them to let you out to be one of the first people out into the houses. So this leads me right into my next number, but before I go there, let me let you know that Scream Early Ticket only costs $40 this year. $40, you get into the park about 3 hours earlier, and it's gonna save you so much time on the back end. Now, that leads me to my number 3 must-have or must-do item here. Number 3 on my list of must-haves or must-dos is the Express Pass. Okay, let me tell you, you absolutely need the Express Pass for this Halloween Horror Nights event, but there is a catch to this. Now, I don't live in Orlando. I'm not able to go to the parks all the time, often on the weekends whenever I want to. So when I go, I have to make a trip out of it. I have to do everything in one day. That's right, I have to attend this event one night, and I need to do everything in that one night. So if you are like me, you absolutely need that Express Pass. My first time going to Halloween Horror Nights was about 12 years ago. I made the mistake of not getting the Express Pass, and boy was that a big mistake. I did not get to enjoy everything that Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights had to offer because I did not have that pass. I learned my lesson very quickly. These lines can get to be up to 150, 190 minutes, 220 minutes, 220 minutes waiting in line for one of these houses, okay? You need that Express Pass. Without it, you will not be able to get through every single house, the shows, and enjoy a few more things of the night. Now, I'm not saying that it's impossible to get to all the houses without the Express Pass, but if you are able to do that, you're gonna spend most of your time waiting in line, and you're not gonna have time to do anything else. You're not gonna have time to go to any shows. You're not gonna have time to go to purchase any merchandise. You won't have time to do any of that because all your time will be spent standing in that line. That Express Pass is very, very, very important. Now, let me tell you, those Express Passes, they are pricey. They start at like, the website says $119. Through the week, they're like $139. I have it here. On Fridays and Saturdays, they're more expensive. It's like $169 or $179. And the closer you get to the Halloween day, they get very expensive. So the sooner you go, the less expensive. The closer to Halloween, the more and more expensive it gets as the park gets more and more busy. But yeah, you need that Express Pass if you want to experience everything the Universal Studios has to offer in that one night, okay? Express Pass is a must. Now, that brings me to my number 4 on the list. What is my number 4? You must try at least one of the snacks at Halloween Horror Nights. Listen, Halloween Horror Nights has so many event-specific snacks for you to try. Delicious cupcakes, delicious desserts, delicious drinks, delicious alcoholic beverages, all kinds of things that you can think of, snacks. I mean, the food is really good. You have to make time to try at least one of those Halloween Horror Nights snacks. There are so many fan favorites, things that you probably have never seen or tried before, things that are themed to the Halloween Horror Nights event, which is pretty cool. And Universal has been doing a great job with the food every year and every year it gets better and better and better. So I don't even know what to expect. They haven't made any announcements this year so far, but I do have my ear to the street because the food is good. So number 4, make sure you make time to try at least one of the snacks. Now, my number 5, what is my number 5? Number 5 is merchandise. Listen, Universal Studios has a Halloween Horror Nights tribute store every year. You need to make time to go to that tribute store. It is a very, very, very well put together Halloween Horror Nights store. The merchandise is so nice. Much of it is designed specifically for that year's event. You can find all sorts of things that you will never be able to find again. And even if you don't purchase anything out of the store, it's just so creatively put together that it's amazing just to walk through. It has several photo ops in it. You know, it's just a nice environment. So you want to make sure you take time to go into that Universal Studios tribute store. Also, the other stores around the parks will have all kinds of Halloween Horror Nights merchandise also that you can purchase. And sometimes it's just cool to get in that cool AC, out of the heat, walk around that store and just look at things. Make sure you don't forget about that. You want to make time to pop in and check out the merchandise. Don't forget about the tribute store. That is my number 5. My number 6 must have or must do is get you a Halloween Horror Nights map. Listen, that map is important in this event. Let me tell you why. Universal Studios is a large area, okay? Once you go in that park, those houses are scattered all over. Now, if you've been there a few times, then you kind of know what to expect and where to look and where to go. But if this is your first time going to this event, you are going to be lost like a ship without a sail. Listen to me when I tell you, you want to get that map. That map is going to tell you where all the houses are. It's going to tell you where the rides that are open, where they're located. It's going to tell you where all of the scare zones are, but you want to make sure you check out the scare zones also. Now I want to speak a little bit about the scare zones before I move on. The scare zones are amazing, guys. You want to make sure you make time, look on that map to find those scare zones and go through them. They are so cool. Each one of the scare zones are individually themed. They have different themes, stories behind them. They are so cool to walk through. Some of them you will walk through no matter what, because you know you have to get through them on your journey to the houses. There might be a few that you possibly could avoid the entire night, but I'm telling you now, look on that map, seek them out, find where they are, and make sure you pop through. And those scare actors that work in the scare zones, they are very nice about taking videos and photos with you. So if you like the Instagram, you know, if you like the TikTok and stuff like that, they are really good about posing for you. And it just makes for a good night, good atmosphere. So make sure you check out those scare zones also, which will be listed on that map. Now, this year, Universal has only announced one show, and it's called Nightmare Fuel. And this show is amazing. I did go to it last year. I'm hoping that they will change it up some, because if I understand correctly, the year before last, it was pretty much the same show. So I'm hoping they switch it up some, but I am excited about seeing it because it was such a good show. I'm talking about lasers, pyrotechnics, fire. I mean, they had people with swords and people flipping and dancing and acrobatics, all kind of stuff is compacted into this show. They have it several times a night. It's in the far, far, far back of the park, but it's a really good show. You want to make sure that you make some time to hit those shows up. Now, last year they had a lagoon show called Ghoulish, which was out on the lagoon. It was displayed on water, and they had jets and all type of things on the buildings projected behind the lagoon. It was a really good show. They have not announced a lagoon show this year. Last year the lagoon show was damaged by storms and hurricanes coming to Florida. They kind of destroyed some things and they couldn't get the show back up and running. Hopefully they will soon announce another lagoon show, because I always enjoy going to those shows at the end of the night. But as of now, we only got Nightmare Fuel. So make sure you take time to check out Nightmare Fuel. You don't want to miss it. And you can also find that show and where it's located on that map I told you about. Now, what is my number 8? My number 8 on the must-have or must-do list. My number 8 on this list is water. Listen, be prepared to purchase and consume so much water. You're gonna need water, 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 water. I'm telling you, you're gonna need to hydrate your body if you have never done it before. Now, I would suggest that you drink water, But whatever it is that you drink, you're gonna need to drink a lot of it. Be prepared to buy bottles and bottles and bottles of it. Also, if you want, you can buy one of these. Now, Universal sells these cups. They are a bit pricey if I remember correctly. I don't remember exactly how much, but you buy it one time for a certain amount. And then, you know, like other theme parks, if you've ever been, you can fill it up for, not for free, but for a lesser amount. And so you can fill this up with water. The only thing is that you have to keep up with it all night. So some people don't like that. Sometimes I don't mind, just depends on what mood I'm in. But yeah, you can do this, or you can just buy the bottles of water or whatever you want to drink. Now, there are concessions set up all around the park. It's not hard to find something to drink. You know, whatever beverage you want, even if it's alcoholic, they are everywhere, outside every house, outside every ride, past the scare zones. I mean, they're everywhere. So just keep that in mind. You're gonna need to spend money on that to make sure that you don't get out there and collapse on them folks at Halloween Horror Nights because you're too hot and you're thirsty and you're dehydrated. Gotta keep that water in your system. All right, so my number 9. My number 9 is dinner. Make sure you eat dinner before you come to the event, okay? There's nothing wrong with food at Universal, but what I am saying is the last thing you want to do is spend your time in a restaurant in Universal. That means that you have cut out precious time that you could have been heading to those houses. And if you're like me, I pay my money for the Halloween Horror Nights event. I want to make sure I can get to all those houses and experience them so I can get the full experience. I want to catch the show. I want to look at the merchandise. You know, I want to get the full effect of it. But how can I do that if I spend an hour and a half sitting up in a restaurant? You don't want to do that. Eat before you come to Halloween Horror Nights. Eat that dinner so you'll be full and energized, have the energy to push through and walk around that park. Now, I will say, towards the end of the night, you do start to get hungry, but by that time, you've already cleared a few of the houses, most of them, so you know, okay, I can gauge, I got a little more time, then I can stop and get something. And don't forget, you can stop and get snacks along the way, but as far as a sit-down dinner, my recommendation is you do that before you get to the parks, or and towards the end, after you've pretty much done everything that you wanted to do. You can still get food there. That's what I would recommend doing, so you don't waste that time in a restaurant when you could be out enjoying yourself. I know, right? Good idea. And that brings me to my number 10. Number 10 is the rides. Don't waste time on the rides during the event. Now, don't take that the wrong way. I know you're thinking like, how can I go to Universal and not ride the rides? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you have another day that you can spend in the parks, those rides will be there. But you have that one night, if you're like me, to experience all those houses at the Halloween Horror Nights event. Those rides will be there anytime. I suggest hitting those houses and not spending a lot of time in the lines for the rides, okay? Because once you've done the houses, you can hop on the rides after that. There's only going to be a handful of rides open at Halloween Horror Nights. All the rides won't be open and the lines will be much shorter. But my suggestion is that you get those houses out of the way, and then you have more time if you want to repeat some houses. Maybe you can do that. If you want to hit some rides up, maybe you can do that. But don't waste all of your time in the line waiting for rides that you can ride at a later date. All right? Now, just for you, I have one bonus tip. And in my opinion, this is the most important tip that I could give anyone going to the Halloween Horror Nights event. It's gonna give number 11 on my list of must-haves, must-dos. The biggest tip of all time is shoes. Shoes. Shoes are the biggest tip that I can give you for Halloween Horror Nights, okay? Oh, what do I mean by shoes? I'm glad you asked. Let me tell you. I have never in my life walked so much, and I'm sure you have not either. This is an unbelievable amount of walking, standing, walking, standing. By the time you leave Halloween Horror Nights, you will feel like your feet are about to detach from your ankles and lay over, never to be used again. I'm telling you, it is very important that you have really, really comfortable shoes. Now, I know everybody like to look cute or whatnot and put on their fits and stuff, but this is not the time to put on those little cute shoes or those fashionable shoes you like that look good but ain't comfortable. This is not that time, okay? You are going to be standing in line for long periods of time. You are going to be walking miles and miles and miles. You need comfortable shoes on your feet. I promise if you do that, you will come back to these comments and say, thank you, Showboy, because you saved my life. Okay, maybe not your life, but you saved my feet and my ankles and my body lots of pain and stress because I told you to wear those comfortable shoes. So start now. Get you some comfortable shoes for this event. I'm telling you, it's gonna make all the difference in your experience walking around this park, okay? Because if you don't, you might not even be able to walk back to your hotel or back to your house or back to your car because your feet gonna be jacked up, okay? Okay, and I am so serious. I'm laughing, but I am so serious. That is the most important tip, okay? Shoes. So, that is my complete list of things that you need. If you do those things and you have those things, your trip will be great, guys and gals. That is it for Show My Finds Fun, must-dos and must-haves for Halloween Horror Nights. It don't matter what year it is. This is a good list, all right? If you found this helpful, make sure you leave me a comment. Tell me, hey, thanks for the tip. If you're gonna go, make sure you let me know when you're gonna go. When you come back, tell me how you liked it. You know what I'm saying? We'll be there. In September, I will be there. 1 week in September, I'm not sure, but maybe I will see you in the fog, hope so. If you see me, say, hey, I saw you. I was like, hey, I see you now. Thanks for watching. Like I'm telling you now, thanks for watching my channel. If you like this type of content, make sure you subscribe to my channel, Show My Finds Fun. Give me a thumbs up. Also hit that bell notification, and that thumbs up, it really helps my channel, and YouTube will share my videos with more people like you. Listen, no matter what happens, always make some time, take some time to find some fun because you deserve it. You really do. It's hard out here in these streets. You deserve some fun in your life, okay? Until next time, peace.